In today's lesson, we'll be learning about and practicing solving problems using percent proportions, meeting the requirements for TEKS 65B. In this lesson, we'll be solving problems using a percent proportion. In a previous lesson, I showed you how to use our 6 proportion solving strategies to solve problems using proportions. This time, I'll be showing you how to solve problems involving percent using a particular type of proportion, a percent proportion. I've labeled what the two equivalent ratios look like in a percent proportion. When I read my problems, I'm looking for part, whole, and percent. When I identify which two of these three I have in my problem, I put them in the locations labeled in the percent proportion, and then solve for the unknown value. And I'm going to show you a few examples on how we'll use this. In an earlier lesson, I showed you how to solve problems using proportions. I showed you how you could use these 6 methods or strategies to solve those problems. We're going to use these same 6 methods or strategies to solve problems involving percent using percent proportions. If you scored 80% on a 20-question test, how many questions did you correctly answer? I need to build a part, whole, percent proportion. I need to build 2 equivalent ratios like this. Part over the whole equals the percent over 100. When I go back to the word problem, I need to find the part, the whole, and the percent. If you scored 80%, well, that clearly looks like that's the percent clue. In fact, the percent is usually the easiest one to find because you'll normally see either the percent symbol or the word percent. So I know that it's 80 over 100. If you scored 80% on a 20-question test, a 20-question test has how many questions on the entire test? Well, it has 20 questions. That's why it's called a 20-question test. The entire test, the whole test, had 20 questions. The 20 is my whole. So therefore, my part must be the unknown value. But let's keep reading. How many questions did you correctly answer? How many, the unknown, correctly answered? Well, unless you got them all correct and scored 100%, it must mean that you answered some of them correctly and some of them incorrectly. And when you're talking about some of the questions, that's the part. It's not all of the questions, it's only the part that you answered correctly. So X represents our unknown value for the correct number of answers, or the number of correct answers. Now I need to use one of my 6 proportion solving strategies to find the unknown value. How many questions did you correctly answer? Now, I see a relationship between these ratios. I see that I can go from 100 to 20. Keep in mind I always move in the direction of the X. So I can't go from 20 to 100 because I wouldn't be able to go from X to 80. I must go toward the X. So from 100 to 20, I would be scaling down by 5, dividing by 5. 100 divided by 5 gives me 20. So if I did the same thing, going between the ratios, scaling down by 5, 80 divided by 5 would give me 16. If you scored 80% on a 20-question test, how many questions did you correctly answer? you would have correctly answered 16 questions to score 80%. If you scored 90% by correctly answering 18 questions on a test, how many questions were on the entire test? Once again, we need to do a part-whole percent proportion. Part over the whole is equal to the percent over 100. When I go back to my word problem, if you scored 90%, once again, there's my percent, by correctly answering 18 questions on a test, how many questions were on the entire test? Entire is another word for the whole thing. How many questions were on the whole test, the entire test? We don't know. That's why they're asking. So that's the whole. X, the unknown value, is the whole. How many questions did I answer correctly? 18. So I correctly answered 18. The part of the test that I correctly answered was 18 questions. So my proportion would look like this. 18, the questions I answered correctly, over the whole, all of the questions on the test, and I don't know how many there were yet, is equal to 90%, or 90 over 100. Now, I see that it's not very simple to move from one place to another. I think what I'm going to try and do is simplify. I think I'm going to try to simplify 90 over 100 by dividing my numerator and denominator by 10. I will make a new ratio of 9 over 10. Now I can more easily see a between method. I can go from 9 to 18 by using a scale factor of 2. Once I reduced or simplified 90 over 100 to 9 over 10, I saw a relationship between 9 and 18. I knew I could scale up by 2 to get from 9 to 18, which is in the direction of the x. And if I scale my 10, my denominator of 10, also by 2, I see that there must have been 20 questions on the entire test. One more example. If you correctly answered 15 questions on a 20-question test, what percentage score did you earn? So if I'm looking for a part-whole percent proportion, part over the whole is equal to the percent over 100. I'm now looking for the part, the whole, and the percent. If you correctly answered 15 questions on a 20-question test, what percentage score did you earn? What percentage score tells me that we don't know, and it involves the percent. So the percent must be our unknown value. If you correctly answered 15 questions on a 20-question test, it sounds like the whole test was 20 questions. And the part is the fact that I answered 15 of them correctly. So my proportion would look like this. 15 over 20. The part of the test I answered correctly was 15 questions. All of the questions on the test was 20. I need to know what percent score would I receive on that test. If I answered 15 of the 20 questions correctly, what would be my percentage score? I see that I can once again move between the ratios. I can go from 20 to 100 using a scale factor of 5. I'm moving toward the x. I see then that I would have to take 15 and scale it up by 5 as well. And I know that 15 times 5 is 75. I would score a 75% on the test if I answered 15 questions correctly of 20 questions on the test. Let's go ahead and wrap up this lesson. We solved problems involving percents by using percent proportions. We set up equivalent ratios that look like this. The part over the whole is equal to the percent over 100. We went to our word problem and found two of the three pieces of information: the part, the whole, the percent. One of them would be our unknown value. That would be in our question. We filled in the information that we found in the word problem and then used one of our 6 proportion solving strategies to find the unknown value. We can use percent proportions and our 6 proportion solving strategies to solve problems involving percents.